Hello, hello, hello. How are you all doing? So, listen, what would take your team to the next level? What would create that instant impact, lifelong sustainable growth as well? Wouldn't you like that? Everybody does, doesn't it? So, I thought I'd share with you what I do. And if it's of any interest to you, then you just give me a call and we'll have a chat about it. That's it. And it doesn't matter whether you're a company of one or whether you're a company of 1,001 or 100,001, it really doesn't matter because I've got the tools that will serve you all. Are you ready? So let me just give the presentation. I will take you, I'm just double checking that we're on live here. When I can see everything, great. So we'll take us here. Let's go. So thinking into results, taking you to the next level. This is how Sheena Cantar does it. And this is how she did it as well throughout everything. I'm just checking that we're still on live here and that we've got everything going okay for you so that you see everything. So listen, we live in an impatient world, don't we? Fierce competition, fleeting opportunities, and organizations that are lean, agile, and quick to respond clearly have the edge. Wouldn't you agree? But we can't go fast if our employees are going slow. You've got to eliminate the excess baggage and literally shrink the time it takes to get things done. How many times have I gone to somebody and said, let's make a decision. Oh, we'll wait till next week. Why? Next month we'll create a meeting. No, you see, that's one of the things that I learned, that when we were in a company, we could do it next week, we could do it next month. But when you become an entrepreneur, you've got to do it now. And companies can develop that as well. And you will move so much faster. I mean, what is your growth at the moment? Are we just looking for a linear growth, or do you want a quantum leap? I'm sure you'd all love a quantum leap. And it's not that difficult. It really isn't. So let me tell you a little bit about myself, where I had worked for the #1 pharmaceutical company in the world and became one of their top 10%. And then I decided to work for other companies that were Fortune 250, Fortune 500, and other pharmaceutical firms. And every team I worked with went to #1. But then I hit a wall, a complete wall, and I didn't know how to get past that wall. And so I decided to go and speak with Bob Proctor. He is the world leader in human potential. He has been studying human potential for 60 years. And I thought, you know what? He knows something about this. He's 87 and he's still studying every day. He knows that he doesn't know it all. You see, that's been the problem, isn't it? We did our exams. You've got your masters. And then what did we study after? And I want to show you that you have so much more potential than you can ever think of. But how do we find it out? So, what makes Cantar Academy's approach so unique? Well, you tell me what you want, and I'll show you how to get it. Basically, that's it. Is it that simple, Sheena? It can be. Because let me ask you this. What's in a business? What makes a business? I can't see your comments, by the way, so I'm just going to have to look at them after. What makes a business? Well, we could call it products. We could call it the building, strategies, procedures, everything in place. But here's the thing. If we had a hotel and no people in it, there's no business. There's no business. So who are your people? Who are the people? What are they thinking? You see, however in alignment your people are, in alignment with your business is so crucial. And if they're not in alignment, then you're like misfiring and you're getting results, no results, results, no results, and maybe a steady growth. But what if everybody in your business was in alignment with what the CEO wanted? Now, you could be the CEO of one, or you could be the CEO of 1,001. It doesn't really matter, because your energy is the business. Your energy is leading this business. And so we can maybe blame team members. These people aren't working, this isn't happening. But ultimately, it's the energy of the CEO. Some people don't like to hear that, but that's the energy of the business. So who are the people? Here's the thing. We've got business results. What's behind business results? A thought. Because we thought we wanted something. But you see, the thing is, your business results tends to become like a report card, doesn't it? Something that you're judged with. So somebody's sales results, if they're not good, they're judged not good enough. Or you are good enough. And we rise and fall. It's like our bank account. It becomes our report card as well. And so our business results becomes what we judge ourselves by and whether we're performing. And behind that thought is a person with thoughts and feelings and actions. Now, here's the thing. This is every single employee, including yourself, in your business. How do you manage that? Everybody has got a life outside. Everybody has got dreams and desires and hopes and wishes. That is so volatile. Like, how do you control that? You see, the thing is, if you get everybody singing on the same hymn sheet, I mean, imagine an orchestra and everybody was playing their own tune. Well, you'd be producing results, wouldn't you? But it wouldn't sound very nice. What about 100% growth or 500% growth? Do you believe that's possible? I mean, I've seen it. I don't need to believe it. I've seen it. But imagine if the orchestra were all playing the same tune. Wouldn't it be a beautiful melody? How do you make that happen? How do you make that happen? You see, what the thing is with other ways of trying to build your business is we do so much training with our employees. So do you see these figures here? 2% at the top, 98% on the bottom. This is your conscious mind versus your subconscious mind. Have you ever driven home and wondered how you got there? Thank goodness 98% was in control. So the 2% is what we tend to think, do everything with. We ask the question, we answer the question, all with our 2%. We work it out, all this effort. It's exhausting. Anybody my age? I'm 52. It got exhausting after a little while. I was looking for the effortless way. And the effortless way is to tap into that 98%. And that's what Cantar Academy does for you and your company. Would you like a piece of that? Well, then keep watching. Just keep watching. And then book a call with me after. I'd love to chat with you. What I need to know is, where are you going? What does it look like? An image. Give me an image. And what are your challenges right now? And then let's have a conversation. See, the trouble is we're doing everything with the 2% when there's 98% we're not even tapping into. And yet it's 98% that's actually driving the results. You don't believe me? Let's have a look at this. Has anybody ever set an intention to, I don't know, it's New Year's Day and you're like, I am going to lose weight this year and keep it off. And you get to February and you're not really quite there. I'm going to go to the gym every single day. And you get to February and it didn't really happen. I'm going to grow my business from 6 figures to 7 figures. And it didn't make it. You see, you can set intentions. That's brilliant. But you see, you've all got, anybody who's watching this now, I've all got an amazing positive mindset. I know you have. Otherwise, you wouldn't even have got this far. You've got amazing positive mindset. But here's the thing. Your 98% could be coming from lack. Now let's go and explain this. So we've understood intention. You all know that about intentions. We've all got good intentions and then it doesn't happen. We've all been there. We know it. Because you see what's going on is the law of assumption. You're assuming something. Have you ever decided on something, so made an intention, I'm going to lose weight, but then you felt your heart drop? Or I'm going to get up early in the morning and your heart drops. You see, your heart is 5,000 times more powerful than your brain. But what are we using? Our brain, and we're completely cutting out the heart. There is so much in your heart, neurons, more that's in your brain. And yet we cut the heart out completely. We ignore it. And we've been told to concentrate on logical, Because obviously going by your heart is just illogical, isn't it? Well, let me tell you, success isn't seem to be natural, does it? I don't know, what, there's about 3% successful? Well, what you would call successful. Why is that? Why is that? Because they're listening to their subconscious and they understand what's going on and listening to their intuitive. You see, we've got so many things going on in our mind, doubts, programs, stories, but that's just the 2%. If we can tap into that 98%, that's where you're going to start to get results. That's where the quantum leaps come from. And incidentally, you never look towards a quantum leap. You look back and you see the quantum leap that you made. If you're looking for a quantum leap, you're too far away from it. Because quantum leaps happen and you don't even know they've happened. You're actually in the middle of it and you look around and you go, oh my goodness. So what is behind your intention and assumptions? Beliefs. You've got such deep-rooted beliefs in your subconscious. You know them, you know subconsciously, but there's other ones that you don't know, that you're not aware of, and they are driving your results. And it's all to do with your identity. Let me give you a story about myself. When I was 19, my mum told me that I wasn't academically minded, so I would be a secretary. She told me that, so I did it. So I went to the RAF, I did an IQ test to be a secretary, and they said, your IQ is 160, we want you to stay and be an officer. But I didn't even understand what that meant. The whole conversation went right over my head because my identity was, I'm a secretary, I'm not a leader. I didn't actually even know what an officer was, but it sounded really important. And as far as I was concerned, I wasn't important. And so I said, thank you very much. And I left and I never went back. My identity was so ingrained at being a secretary that was way too out of my league. Now, where is that coming from? It's coming from inside your heart. There's a self-image in there that you are running with, that self-image, and that is your identity, and that is what is causing the results. Let me give you another one about how powerful this can be with Thomas Edison. When he was a young boy, he went home with a letter to his mum. His mum read the letter and she said, oh, Thomas, you're far too much of a genius to be in the school, and the school can't deal with you, so you need to be coached at home. And he thought, wow. 30 years later, he finds the letter in his desk. He kept the letter and he read it, and it said, your boy isn't capable of these lessons and we do not want to teach him anymore. And he was asked to leave the school. Now imagine what that would do to an identity of somebody. Imagine what that would do to the identity, and what his mum had actually said changed the course of history, didn't it? What are you capable of? What is your company capable of? What are your employees capable of? We're going to investigate what that looks like. So basically, that inside our 98% is like a cybernetic instrument. Our thermostat is a cybernetic instrument. So basically, you set the temperature to 70 degrees, and then somebody opens the door, and it's 65 degrees. So what happens? The heating system kicks in and it heats that room back up, and then it will switch off at 70 degrees. Now, this is really important because this happens automatically. This is people's financial programming. We call them paradigms. This is your financial programming. Let me know if there's anybody out there that actually have noticed this, that you will get sales and then you'll lose everything. You look at your income over the last 5 years and see where it balances out. That's your programming, and that's your cybernetic instrument, and that's where you have leveled out at. But there is a way to bypass it. Good news for you. There is a way to bypass it, and for all of your employees as well, because we need to get into that subconscious. We need to get into that part. And we have got great ways of getting in there. One that will give you instant results, and one that is literally a lifelong application of work that you do yourself. So if you want to know more, book a call. The link's there. It's either up there or down there, depending on where you're watching this. So let's have a look at somebody wanting to lose weight. I mean, you've all wanted to lose weight at some stage, haven't you? I know you have. Don't lie. You all have. So a decision is made to diet. But here's the thing. You have an overweight self-image. Every day you look at yourself and you criticize your body. You criticize how you look. And so you do get some results, because remember that 2% is very powerful. You've come a long way with that 2%, a long way. And your subconscious is helping you, but at this moment, you cannot tell why you're successful or not successful. You don't actually know why. Is it unique to you? Or is there some sort of secret to success? So anyway, what happens when you try to lose weight? Yeah, you lose some weight. But then, because you didn't change your self-image, it goes back up again. How many people, if you go to David Lloyd's and you see those on the weight machines and your weight goes up and down like that, you just look at it, it will balance out. It's your cybernetic instrument, because you didn't change your identity. Changing your identity, if you're overweight, to a slim person and feeling slim, that's the key. So now let's have a look at if we were in sales. Now, most people go, well, I don't like sales. But here's the thing, if you're in business, it doesn't matter whether you're the CEO, the secretary, the salesperson, the cleaner, you're all in sales. You have to sell yourself to get the job for a start. You have to sell yourself to your children that you're a good parent. You sell yourself to your manager. You sell yourself to your employees. You're constantly selling. And here's the thing, if your business isn't selling, you haven't got a business. I mean, that's just simple, isn't it? So, do you think of yourself as a salesperson? You see, I didn't. For 15 years, I was in sales. I had the best KPIs, best test results ever, except for the sales. And it wasn't until I did my strengths. And what the strengths does is it goes into your subconscious and understands how you think. And it taught me how I thought. It taught me what I was really good at, not what I had to improve upon. Oh my goodness, hands up anybody who's still working on their weaknesses. I mean, how's that going for you? It doesn't even feel good. It drains your energy, doesn't it? There's no working. No working on your weaknesses. Your weaknesses will come along for the ride. There's tricks and ways of managing those anyway. So when I found out what my strengths were, within 6 months, I went to number 1. 6 months. In fact, I was at number 1 actually after 3 months, but the official recording is at 6 months. And so I'll go with the official line. That's whenever I was awarded the number 1 position in the UK, which made me top 10% globally. So what is your image of yourself as a salesperson? Lots of paradigms around that, because most people don't like being sold to and don't like to sell. But guess what? This is your business. We need to get over ourselves and your employees as well. Yet they'll talk a good story, because I did. But I noticed it so many times when I went back and did contracts, how the confidence level and the egos were 2 different things. So everybody will now recognize this, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Now, what we tend to do is we work from the bottom up. Well, because that's what we've been taught to do. You know, you go for your goal. Go for the goal. You work your way towards a goal. See, here's the thing. We end up getting stuck in survival mode down the bottom ones, because we're constantly focused on those. Constantly focused on survival. What's that getting us? I mean, how many people have all the flash and no cash? Is your car your own? Is your house your own? Everything like that. So we just We just end up in survival, and we have to keep the jobs, to keep the house, to keep the car. God, it's exhausting. So where do we come from? We go straight to the top. Straight to the top. Who likes that idea? Who would like to literally know who they are? Then everything else falls into place below that. It is law. Because if I'm at the top, it means I've sorted everything else down below. Shortcut. But that's the 98%. Not working your way to the 98%. We go straight in to the 98% and we see how you're thinking. So that's the first thing that we do. So why do we need to do this? So here's your company for a start. These figures are from Gallup, and it's Gallup strengths that I work with. Gallup strengths are literally statistical significance 0.6. It is the most phenomenal test out there with over 80 years of study behind it. And they have investigated everything. The accuracy of this test is greater than anything that I have seen out there. Instead of being 99% confident in yourself, you're 100% confident. It is amazing. So you've got people in your team who are all positive on the front end. Do you see that? The 8% engaged, completely engaged. I'm sorry, but if I'm running a company, I want to see more than 8% engagement. Imagine the results you would get if you had 50% engagement, 60% engagement. Imagine. Can you imagine that? That people weren't just doing it as a job, that they were doing it because their heart was in it, because we managed to find out what you want as an employee and match it with what the company wants and where you're going. Surely that's the only type of employee you want to work with. So what's the next group? Not engaged. Well, good days, bad days. No, because they're depending on the outside results, depending on their sales, results. If it's good, then they feel good. And if it's bad, then they feel bad. If you're having a good day, then everybody feels like they're having a good day. You're having a bad day, then everybody feels like they're having a bad day. Swings and roundabouts, results, no results. But then there's the people who are actively disengaged, who couldn't care less. We need to manage them out, or actually truly understand what their strengths are. Why did they come to this company in the first place? Why did you hire them in the first place? There was a reason. They are just not playing to their strengths. They thought they liked this, but then when they got in it, they didn't like it. And so their energy is drained. It's not their fault. They're just not using their energy. They're not understanding their strengths. But if you know, you could have all of these people. So how quickly do you think your company would grow if you had all of these people playing to their strengths? Right now, most people don't even know what their strengths are. Can you tell me your strengths in 5 words straight off right now? Without the bull, without the crap. I mean, very focused, 100%. Well, I can. So listen, what are some of the results from strengths? Now remember, this is immediate impact. This is immediate impact with these strengths. 22% increase in profitability, top performing teams, going no sales results in 15 years, all of a sudden being number 1. 65% reduction in turnover. Wow. How much would that save you for those companies who've got high turnover? Incredible, incredible. Now imagine if your KPIs are not very good. Imagine within the first month that you could have them running at 100%. What would that get you for your business? Are you still interested? You see, this is only the start. This is the first thing. I work with your strengths. We understand 34 strengths across the board, and we can map your team onto the strengths. This means whenever you get a project, I will know exactly who I need to call on. So there's a person there with strategic thinking. I need them in this project, but I need an influencer. Now that person with strategic thinking isn't an influencer. So I'll be looking for the next person who's an influencer. Now, these are not generic headings because these words that are written underneath, if you've done any personality profiling before, this is business builder profiling. This is really, truly understanding where you can map your employees to whatever project you want. You see what the project needs, and then you literally pull the people whose energy will be completely in alignment with that, and you will get results like that. I've seen too many people whose energies are drained because they've done a project because it's for development reasons. No, their energy isn't there. It's just draining and takes 12 months to do something that somebody could do in 5 minutes. I've seen it happen. That is what starts to get the results. Absolutely. Do you want some of those results? Would you like a 22% increase in the first 6 months? Would you like to know who to put on a project like that without trying to figure out who wants to do it? You'll know immediately how to do it because we can plot your employees on this chart. We can see you as a company right here on here. So here's the thing. Imagine that this isn't just the company, but this is you. Yeah, this is you. So you've got part of you's engaged and you're ready and you're forward. And as long as things are going great, you're great. And you're a great front end. But then you yourself, you've got beliefs that are reacting to the outside world, good day, bad day. Now, most courses and programs get into there. And so does strengths, it gets into there. And you'll get some results. But then when we finish the course, it just bounces back. What we need to get to is the absolute part of you that is sabotaging you. How many times do people go on, I wish I knew what was blocking me. Something's blocking me. I can't get there. Something's blocking me. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing the other, but something's blocking me. Yeah, we can get there. We can get you there. And it doesn't involve any digging like he's doing. You're going to be following a program over the next 6 months. And you're going to understand what comes up, what comes up, what comes up. It could be on a daily basis. You'll start to see exactly what beliefs are driving your behavior. Because they're the beliefs that are literally your leaky boat. And you can work as hard as you want. And you will only get so far. I'm sure you'd like a quantum leap. I'm sure you'd like 100% growth or 500% growth. I overheard somebody yesterday talking about their business grew by 1%. You put way too much effort in for that. Way too much effort in for that. Let's take you to the next level. And it's thinking into results. Do you want to see some of the results from this? Now, there's thousands of people gone through this program. So hundreds of thousands. It's been going for 15 years. So don't be thinking for 1 minute that what I'm showing you here is even part of it. This is just what I've been involved in. There is so much more. How about going from 10K to 18 million in 18 months? Do you think it's possible? Or does that blow your mind? Do you think that's for somebody else? Well, let me tell you, at the beginning, she thought it was for somebody else as well. But she did it, bit by bit. See, she looked back and saw the quantum leap. When she got to 1 million within 7 months, she looked back and she went, can't believe I just did that. But she did. How about taking your annual salary and making it monthly within 6 months? Would that be good? Imagine if you could do that for your employees as well. You see, you just have to know it's possible. You don't have to believe me, but just know that it's possible. He's already doubled that again, by the way. How about somebody makes you redundant? Before you start your tea, you've got a job. By the time you finish your tea, you haven't got a job. And this lady took over the company, sorted all the debts out of the company, and within 4 months brought it back to 200K profit. Wow. 8 million to 200 million in 1 year. So this doesn't matter if you're, a small business or a huge business. It's the results. I mean, if you're $1 billion company, imagine what results you can get then. It really doesn't matter. 6-figure, 7-figure, 8-figure, 9-figure, 10-figure. If you want to grow and make those quantum leaps, this is the program for you. What about being ranked 163rd in your industry and within a year being number 5 and 2 years being number 1? How long have you been trying to do that in your industry? You see, this isn't just about business transformation. This is transforming lives. And when you transform lives, you transform businesses. It's as simple as that, because your business is your people. Your business is you. And I can help you with that. So what I do is I take you over the next 6 months and I take you through these lessons. Now, where did these lessons come from? Well, we've all must have heard of the book Think and Grow Rich. So the guy on the left there is Andrew Carnegie. Andrew Carnegie, the richest man in the world. And he literally was giving money away. And it would come back, multiplying, come back. And he just didn't understand what made people rich. So Napoleon Hill went out and interviewed 25,000 people, and 500 of those people were the richest. And they went into this book, Think and Grow Rich. That's a bit of a hard read. But it's made so many people rich. They got the idea. But here's the thing, I read it and it was just like too much. It's just too many words, so much information. How did I make it simple? So Earl Nightingale comes along and starts to make it simple. First guy in the world to bring personal development industry. And Bob Proctor, you may know him from The Secret. He studied directly with Earl Nightingale and he makes this even simpler. It's incredible because our subconscious wants simple results. It doesn't need the next book. It doesn't need a master's. It needs simple instructions of what you want to do. And I am mentored directly by Bob Proctor. So that's the lineage of this information. I didn't just make it up. This isn't new thought. This has been around since the start of time, really. Bob Proctor's been studying this for 60 years. I decided to go with him. I thought he might know a thing or two. So listen, told you about 12 proven steps, repeatable formula. 24 weeks, your team going through all these business principles every week, 24 weeks. Can you imagine if you take your company and point everybody towards the same goal and everybody studies the same information rather than everybody making it up, trying to deal with their own personal lives, because everybody's dealing with a personal life. Everybody came here to sort something out and they're trying to sort that out and run a business at the same time. But here's the thing. You are the nucleus with which everything else is attracted to. And it's exactly the same with your employees. Imagine if you could all play the same tune and get on the same frequency. That is when magic happens. So we can take you through these 12 lessons. So you want to book a call with me so I can take you through how this relates to you, how the strengths work relates to you, how thinking into results relates to you. It depends on you though. Do you want the results? You tell me what you want and I'm going to show you how to get it. Doesn't matter what you want in life. It doesn't matter if it's happiness, health, or wealth. This program crosses all those barriers. One program. This program here is a program for leaders. So this would be for your leadership team and people who want to be leaders. You want to be putting them on this program because this is what's going to grow your company. So what I've got here is literally immediate impact. I bet you want immediate impact, don't you? Get your strengths done. End of story. You'll have immediate impact. I see it every single time. But here's the thing, lifelong application. This is going to save you so much money. There is not another program that you need to grow your business. Unless it's technical, obviously. I'm talking about mindset. I'm talking about the mindset and the development of you and your team. There's no other program. If anybody leaves, you just pull them on this new program. You put them on Thinking into Results. That's it. No more doubt. No more the next program, the next fad. This one gets results. And strategic repetition. So you've got a process to follow. There's no more doubt. These steps have been proven to get results. Time after time after time. So, what are you going to do about it? Yeah? What are you going to do about it? I'd love to know more about you. Just book a call on the link up there, down there. Doesn't really matter. And I will see you shortly. Have a good day now.